My name is Benjamin Dodson. This is the impact of social media. This is my audience. This is the logo used during the Pray for Paris campaign. In Paris, there was a terrorist attack on a theater that killed hundreds of people. It was a tragic time. I didn't personally learn about it through the means that most people learn about it. I was not around TV. I was not around the news. I couldn't have known. I found out actually through Twitter and social media that something had happened. They said, oh, Dallas, the Omni Hotel is lit up in Paris's flag colors to honor and respect what happened. And I personally was in Dallas and I saw it and I didn't even know. I looked across and saw it, and it was crazy to think that I could look on social media and find out actual current news that was going on across the country, and it was relevant, and I could see the aspect of it all lining up in my life. Social media actually is a local and global community, and it's a big impact on our lives. It's a way that we can all get information, and it's ever present in our current day lives. The reason I believe it's a community, I believe community is a group of people that come together in a fellowship, and fellowship could just mean friendship, you know? And so when people around locally post, I can find out what someone in Garland, that's my buddy, has posted. I can find out what someone in Plano, that's my buddy, has posted. And really, like, they can tell about their lives. They can tell about situations that have happened just on social media. I can learn about someone that I knew who moved to Germany, who moved to Europe, and talk to them because I can message them on Facebook. I can message them on Twitter. I can know everything that's going on. I can keep in contact with them. With social media, I can message someone and say, hey, how are you doing? And it doesn't cost me anything, because if I text someone on a cell phone and I go text to another country, sometimes the data rates and stuff will charge you, but it's amazing how we can use social media actually now to connect to another country at no cost at all for us. This information, this world we live in, we have this community. We can use this community to gather together and collect and gather information. That's why information is a big key to our world and the social media aspect of this world. Politics has become very big in the social media world, because now campaign people can go on and post what they're thinking, post everything, and people will follow, and people will see the videos on social media of like what they said in the debates, what they've said here and there, what these people think. It's becoming something that literally is part of the campaign, not just TV and news alone. The Boston bombing is a great point of how information was spread. In 2013, when the Boston bombing happened, people found out about it faster through social media because people that were there were able to tweet about it and say, oh my goodness, there's a bomb that went off. It's crazy. I can't believe this is happening. But because of that, there was a lot of misinformation. According to the AJC.com article that I read, there was a lot of misinformation, particularly rampant. This was because people would say, oh, there's like 3 bombers. Oh, there was 2 bombers. Oh, there was 7 bombers. And by doing all that, no one knew what the clear story was. And so it can cause people to freak out. It can cause people to not understand what really is the truth. However, it still is a basic way for us to get information these days. We can always gather information. And as humans, I believe it is our nature to want to gather information. It is our want to become more knowledgeable in everything that we do in life. And everything that we do, we have to have knowledge and information. With that knowledge, there comes a point that there can be too much of everything everywhere all the time. Because of social media being as big as it is now, there's an ever-present abundance of it. I want y'all to all think right now. I want y'all to all think. Can you name one person that does not have a social media account? Now, you may have been able to think of someone, but they're probably older. What about someone 18 to about 29? 18 to 29 is the most popular range of people to use social media. According to the Business to Community, 70% of the US population has at least one social networking profile. There's 318 million people in the United States. With there being 318 million people in the United States, 70% of that is about 223 million people that actually have social media on at least one. That's not saying multiple, that's not saying that. And it also says that 90% of people 18 to 29 have at least one social media account. That is 90% of the people in our country having at least one. I mean, the number is astronomical. The number is amazing to think that that many people actually have something that they get onto and they use with a regular basis. In this world, though, also, you can't get away from it. You can't possibly get away. The soda cans you buy, they have logos on the back that say, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. The chips you buy, it has it on it. The websites you go to, if you're on the sides, it has like, oh, this is our Twitter page. You can click here and it'll take you straight there so you can follow us and be linked in. If you go on the news and you watch the news where you get information, they will say the person, the anchor, has a Twitter, has a Facebook, and you can follow them. You can follow NBC5, you can follow Fox 4, you can follow all that, and you can get information straight on your phone through social media or on the computer through social media. And they understand that that's a big aspect and that it's ever present and that you can't possibly step away from it, and that it's the biggest portion of what the way people are starting to get their information is through social media, not necessarily on television. No matter what you want to do in life, though, you have to understand that social media, no matter what your preference is, if you like it, if you hate it, if you think it's the greatest thing you've ever seen in your whole life, if you can't keep your hands off it, you have to understand that no matter what, these three things are always going to hold true. That it's a local and global community connecting us together as a union, as everyone together. Our ideas are all being shared. It also allows us to get information. I mean, without social media, some people would never get information because of how they are, because of how they act, because of how they look up information. And it's always going to be ever present. In the way that things are going with social media, I don't see it changing anytime soon. I only see it growing, and with the way it is already, it's already ever present. I can only see it becoming even more shoved down our throats and more present and just available to us. Now, as much as the next person, I use it every day. I'm on Twitter, I'm on social media of Facebook, I'm on Snapchat, all of that. I think that we all together can agree that having social media has been an impact on everyone's lives.